Hello, and welcome to Recapping with Delora
and Ashley.
Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Recapping Podcast.
Also, rate, review, and subscribe to our show on your favorite podcast platform. We're on all the things.
We want to hear your thoughts on the movies and shows we review.
Leave us a comment on Apple Podcasts or our YouTube channel, and we will read them during the show.
Or reach out to us on social media. We love talking all things entertainment and pop culture with you.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you. Hello, Ashley.
Hello, darling.
How are you doing?
I'm hanging in there. I'm doing well today. I can say that for sure. Doing well today. Happy to get a chance to chat. We are the week before freaking Thanksgiving, which is crazy, but I'm definitely looking forward to eating.
As usual. Life has been coming at me real fast.
Yeah.
And I can't believe it's like next week. I cannot believe it. But you know what? Let me go ahead and get my sweet potatoes and make these pies. I'm going to make them happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Are you doing all the cooking for the family?
Oh, no.
Okay. Just desserts.
Just desserts. Yeah. And you know what? I have come to realize that when someone bakes you something, that is love.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Because the time, the effort, the measurement, it makes me wonder, like, man, I should have did a test pie like a month ago. Because this time every year I'm like, oh shoot, how do I do this again? And I did take the time to write out my recipes, but they're like loose notes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you on that Tabitha Brown. Like
it is what does my soul feel like today? You know what I mean? When it comes to seasoning, even though baking is an art, I feel like you have more freestyle abilities when cooking over baking. But even with baking, a pinch of nutmeg there, a pinch of ginger there, it does make a difference. But yeah, I'm going to be making some pies, and whoever get them, know that I love you because the way my schedule has been set up. Okay?
Yeah. People who make entire Thanksgiving meals and stuff, my mom being one of them, I love y'all to death because that's a lot of effort. People prep weeks in advance. You have to make sure you get to the grocery store, get all your stuff because the grocery store is going to be depleted if you wait too late.
So if you go to a particular grocery store, we have been forecasting and preparing for it for weeks. Okay.
You better speak to it, supply chain management. You better speak to it.
And if you want to try a pie from there, you might as well do that too, because they got some decent options as well. We've been working very hard on the selections.
I said I was going to keep it classy this year. One of my friends sent me a post saying, this is going to be you. And it was literally a pan with a bottle of Crown and the aluminum foil slightly over it. I was like, I'm gonna keep it classy. I'll at least bring a bottle of wine,
Don't cook at all?
It depends on what we're talking about. I will cook things, but particularly my cooking is for survival usually and not because it's a request. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm still working on the expansion of my dishes. Like the good thing is I can make things when I try. It's just a matter of I don't like the process, so I don't try that often.
Because it's new to you, but if you do it enough, it becomes less of a hassle, right?
Not even new to me. I've been making things for a long time. I get hungry, I get hot. I'm like, I could have just order something real quick, or you know what I'm saying? Like have somebody else make something for me. That's why I always say, if I get rich or wealthy enough, a personal chef will be the first thing I get, because it's just something about somebody else whipping up, especially a chef who could make you healthy,
Options, if they can
Options,
meet your
expand your horizons.
dietary
Yes.
requirements, of
Like it's so
course.
much effort. You got to go to the store. You got to know what you're wanting and getting. Then you have to
Do
prep
not,
it. Then you have to
do not
clean. Lord,
go grocery shopping hungry. That's my advice though, for
all the
real.
junk. You gonna buy all the junk in the store.
I'm real good. So David does most of the grocery shopping because he stays on the list, so much so that I'm like, you didn't get A, B, C, X, Y, Z. It wasn't on the list, sir. Sir.
He said, you better specify. If you expected this, you better specify. Fruit snacks wasn't on the list. Bananas wasn't on the list.
Whereas I am like, there are certain
Water
things you get every
wasn't on the
time,
list. Paper
regardless on the
towels
list or
wasn't on the
not.
list.
And then I like to be inspired.
Yeah, he ain't playing those games.
Nope. So before we get started on our headlines, I'd like to say really quickly, shout out to my auntie Brasalina. I love you. I appreciate your I swear, like for the last couple of months, she just randomly texts me and she's like, another great episode. She's like, where's y'all swag? I want a t-shirt. I want a mug. I'm like, auntie, I hear you. I see you. It is coming. But I just want to give you a shout out and just let you know I love you. Aww. And I appreciate your support.
Thank you. I don't know you, but I love you too. Thank you so much.
All right. So let's get into our headlines. Okay, so I'm looking at people.com, Ashley. John Stamos wears ball cap in, quote, solidarity after bro Dave Coulier cancer diagnoses. Quote, going to get through this. Actually, this came out earlier this week. When I saw this on my timeline, I had to do a double take because I was like, John Stamos, what? And then when I saw that it was an actual cat, I cackled so hard because I'm like, he would never. But it got me thinking, Ashley, like, is it worth it? Like, is this what they call virtue signaling? I'm thinking about those blue bracelets, first of all. Like, we're not gonna go down that, bro. But it's like, this is nice in theory, but it just kind of falls flat because, just so everyone knows, earlier this month, Dave revealed that he has stage 3 non-Hodgkin lymphoma cancer. So this is a very serious time. He's since talked about, how he found out. It was originally an upper respiratory infection in October, and his lymph nodes was swelling quickly. And when he got tested, he, 3 days later, they said that it was an aggressive form of cancer. And we all know and love him from Full House and Fuller House. And he and John Stamos have been friends for decades now. Ashley, I'd like to know what your initial thoughts are, because guess what? The fans were not having it.
So I had not seen the actual picture of them together until I looked it up for the sake of our chat today. And I just can't take John Stamos seriously in his ball cap. Like, the makeup is impeccable, but like,
it is flawless.
Yeah.
Like, it's really good.
It's ridiculous. But I get Dave's point that, like, probably, I mean, like, this was not, he didn't do this for us. He did this for him. He did this for their humor. Exactly. And he knows that it would bring Dave joy. And that's, it's a relationship that we are not a part of. So who am I to judge John Stamos coming to his cancer-ridden friend with a ball cap on? Like, if Dave thinks that's hilarious, then it's hilarious. And I'm happy that he's, doing something that he knows is going to bring his friend joy. So I don't really care what the internets have to say on this one. It's up to Dave. And I'm glad that he has a friend who's making such an effort for him. And, his time of, I'm sure it's scary and, you need some levity when someone is going through cancer. So,
absolutely, because Dave did come back literally the next day saying he's getting all types of negative comments about the ball cap. And to your point, he said, it's our friendship. This is how we handle really tough times. I'm a comedian, and humor is what drives me. John knows how to cheer me up, and I laughed out loud when he arrived wearing a ball cap, being a true loving friend and brother. And I think this is beautiful too, because I mean, we lost Bob
yeah.
almost 3 years ago, a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So, I think people, need to cool down just a little bit. I think they got each other, and that's what matters. And they decided to share it with us. They didn't have to. And so, much prayers and recovery for Dave, because, this is a trying time for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, our next headline. I really don't want to talk about this, Ashley, but the only reason why I did is because you sent it to me. I saw it and I kept going, but you sent it to me and I was like, I guess. I'm looking at Complex. I can't believe I'm about to say this out loud. Lamar Odom says Khloe Kardashian look-alike sex doll is about his mental health. This man has admitted to owning a blow-up doll in the image of his ex-wife.
Just when I be thinking people cannot surprise me, headlines like this pop up on the timeline. This is insane.
The former NBA player splurged on the item at the Real Doll Sex Toy Factory in Las Vegas, reportedly wanting to have, quote, voluptuous curves and a face that looks like Kardashian because he can do whatever he wants with her. I'm not finishing that sentence. Odom and Kardashian were married from 2009 to 2016, and they divorced because he struggled with substance abuse and infidelity. This is making me feel really dirty. Like, I feel like I need a shower. Like, my skin is crawling.
I just think it's crazy. Like, it's insane, first of all, to admit it in public. Second of all, you habitually cheated on Khloe.
Literally.
So but you love and want her so bad, you created a sex doll of her. Like, I'm confused. You had her and you still were going off and sleeping with prostitutes, right?
He said, quote, it's sick, but I think we're all a little off, a little weird.
Delora,
sir,
if I get a sex doll of some man that I used to date, like, come get me. Come get me.
I mean, Ashley, like,
what was the one movie?
Words.
Lars and the Real Girl?
Yes. Yes.
Ryan Gosling?
Yep. Well, there's been, I don't have any articles to reference now, but there has been conversations about how like AI and robots are taking over the sex industry, currently and then in the future.
I mean, I did always say I would consider getting one because, then
You're saying this on the mic?
Yeah, because then I could just, power it down, put it in the closet. But I'm not going to get a lookalike. I'm not going to get a lookalike robot, Like, if we get to the point, I might. We'll see what happens. We'll see. But
oh my gosh.
This is a scenario of you're trying to recreate a person that you were married to. And, I mean,
he just always seemed so desperate, especially after she moved on and had a baby with Tristan, it's just like, sir, do you just want attention? I think he misses the Kardashian attention or something. Like,
I was
I
about to
don't
say,
know.
because you can't, because I was a shit show with Chloe and Tristan, so it can't be that. Can't be
Yeah.
that, but yeah.
Nobody asked for this. I haven't thought about Lamar Odom in years. Okay. So,
Well, he even has something to say about Liam Payne's death. So maybe they're just putting a mic up to his face a lot. I don't know.
I don't know. Let's move on to something much more delightful. Okay. NPR. The U.S. Postal Service will honor Betty White with her own stamp in 2025. First of all, call me a geek, whatever. I love a good stamp moment. Okay. And the fact that Betty White is going to be honored, it says almost 3 years after her death in December 2023. The announcement just weeks ahead of her 100th birthday. It says the U.S. Postal Service described White as an icon of American TV who was cherished across generations and revered for her advocacy for animals. I wanted to add something heartwarming to our headlines, Ashley. What
After
do
the
you
sex doll
think?
story.
Girl.
I think it's lovely. Like even just when I pulled up the NPR article I have for the stamp, just seeing her face just brings me warmth because I loved Betty White.
Joy,
Yeah, I
love.
still need to get my Golden Girls t-shirt because I always said that I was going to get merch when all of them have, passed away. So it's time.
So my question to you is, have you gotten any commemorative stamps? And if so, who was it of, or any art pieces or anything like that?
No, I don't think I've ever done commemorative stamps because for one, I don't really send out physical mail anymore.
I
One
still
thing.
say I'm a handwritten letter stationery kind of gal.
That's
So
beautiful.
I get
That's
excited
beautiful.
about this stuff. Um, Gregory Hines, I got his
Oh,
stamps. It brought me so much joy when they had them. I bought like 2 books of them. Do I have any more? I do not. I use them, but I loved them when I had them.
yeah, because that's the thing too. I have to give them away, or do you keep them?
I mean, there are people who collect stamps, obviously, right? But
Yes.
I use them, and it's also my favorite time of the year, the holiday season. So I need to actually go get some books. I actually was at the post office to buy some books, but their computers were down. So, okay, federal government, get your stuff together. So that was lovely. On to more mess. Girl, did you watch this fight?
So I was a victim of the streaming issues that Netflix had. So I had gone to my friends to watch a lot of it. So even caught the very first fight where dude humped him from behind and all that. It was ridiculous. The women's Taylor versus Serrano fight was crazy. Serrano was robbed. But that was a really
Ooh.
good fight. That cut over her eye was oof, made me cringe. But I did not actually get to see any of the Tyson versus Jake Paul fight because again of the streaming issues, and I also just went to sleep. So I heard about it the next day and I'm glad I missed it because I don't think I would have been able to stick with it given what everybody was kind of saying about it. Did you watch it?
I did not. I went ahead and went to sleep. I'm looking at the Hollywood Reporter. It says Netflix hit with class action lawsuit over streaming issues on Jake Paul, Mike Tyson bout.
Oh damn.
It says the fight emerged as the most watched sporting event ever on the platform with 108 million people watching worldwide. Tens of thousands of subscribers reported trouble with their streaming. Girl, the Florida resident alleges Netflix was woefully ill prepared for the 9-figure global audience that turned out for the fight. And it says the lawsuit, which seeks unspecified damages, on behalf of subscribers who had trouble viewing the fight. Obviously, it was a trending topic. So I've seen a lot of conversations around this fight. The one that I think is hilarious is the ass shot we got when he walked away.
Girl,
I was not prepared.
Girl, we were over at my friend's house like, yo.
I don't even understand what that concoction was. Like somebody,
he was giving offers after that for like porn.
Oh my. Speaking of offers, I've heard people say that it was rigged. Jake had some signs show, tell Mike to hold back.
Nah, I don't think that's the case.
This man is almost 60 years old?
Almost Bravo 60. He has had health issues. He said he nearly died recently. Like he's not in his physical peak at all. And
like,
Jake
why are
Paul
we doing this?
Is 27.
Yes! Yes. But yeah, I'm saying it was rigged. Mike only did it for the check.
That's true.
He absolutely did it for the check.
$20 million.
Did you see his interview with the little girl before the fight, though?
I did. Legacy? I don't care about no effing legacy.
And the fact that he had no qualms with this being this baby girl. Asking a simple question like, what about your legacy? He's like, I am going to be dead. It does not matter.
Yeah.
Who am I? This is ego.
Yeah. I mean, he was spitting some bars. That's some bars. Like a lot of times the thought of legacy is based in your ego, right? But it was funny and it falls in line
hilarious.
With his usual. So
Yep. So, in some ways I'm kind of glad I didn't.
I don't care about the lawsuit against Netflix, but I do hope they get their shit together with their streaming, because don't let this be the Super Bowl stars airing on Netflix or the NBA finals or something that I'm really going to care about. I will be pissed.
Well, speaking of that, Beyonce about to be performing at a random Texan NFL game.
No, I think it's going to stream on Netflix.
That's what I'm saying.
Is it around Christmas game?
Like I said, a random football game.
Not a random.
Why did she pick that game of all games? Besides, maybe it's because they're Texan teams or whatever, right?
Yeah, and now that it's going to be on Netflix, she knows there's going to be a much larger audience that will be tuning in for it. So, I mean, it makes sense. Granted, she already did the Super Bowl twice, so does it matter? But, if that's what she want to do.
If her husband's in charge of the entertainment, why not?
Yeah, and she don't F this up, Netflix.
Album ahead of the Grammys. So
fair.
Yep.
Ain't no Texas.
Move on.
I will be excited because I have not seen her live perform any of these songs yet.
Oh, none of them.
So
it'd be nice if she does 16 characters.
I feel like she needs to do like a medley, because we have had no visuals. We've had no performances.
We didn't talk about this because, the world was ending. But she did give us Bodyguard with her Pamela Anderson Halloween costume. Okay. I was like, she really did look like her.
Yeah, she did good. No visuals. She did
no
good.
Visuals. She is playing no games. And the last thing I'm gonna say about this Mike Tyson fight, because I refuse to acknowledge Jake Paul, is somebody said Black folks haven't had good news since 2023.
Damn. And
then there was a picture of all the L's we've taken so far this year.
Yeah. I mean, Cat Williams warned us.
Yo, he started this year off with a bang.
Yep.
And I hate to say this, but thinking about one of the main people we talked about, Diddy, next year he probably be getting out of jail with Trump in charge.
You think Trump will pardon him?
Girl, I would not be surprised.
Mm.
All right, let's move on. Ashley?
Nope.
Ashley.
Mm-mm. I don't even want to do it. I don't even.
Majors found his Coretta.
Oh my God.
In Meagan Good.
Oh, Jesus.
It came out just this week at the 2024 Ebony Power 100. We're going to be there one day, Ashley. Okay. They announced they were engaged. In an interview with E! News, Meagan Good reveals that they actually met at this very event 2 years prior in the unisex bathroom. Girl, the most random. She also said that there was 2 proposals, but they have kept it close to their chest. And they wanted to share the news at the place where they met. You know, if she likes it,
mm-hmm.
I don't even want to say I love it, but you know, it is what it is.
I think I have a permanent ick. If we're going to keep talking about the ick, I have a permanent ick about this scenario. And so I don't like to spread negativity. I'm not going to say anything bad about this. I will just say that if this is for y'all, this is for y'all, and live your best lives. That's truly all I have for this.
You know, and amen to that. Okay, let's get into our hot topic. It is the holiday movie season, and I'm super excited. So many exciting movies are coming out. Girl, why did I forget Moana 2 was coming out? Because guess what I'm focusing on? Wicked and Gladiator II. So, y'all, when it comes to Gladiator II, I think I said this on the mic, but I'll reiterate. I did not like the first one. It has nothing to do with the performance of Russell Crowe or what's his name? The Joker, Joaquin.
Oh, Joaquin
Phoenix. Nothing to do with the performance. I just didn't like the story as much because I was a Braveheart girly, and that was my movie back in the day. It had, you know, love, loss, war, passion, even though I don't care for Mel Gibson anymore at all. And I felt like Gladiator was a bit of a ripoff of Braveheart. So for me, it didn't really stick. But I'm extremely excited about this new movie. And what I've loved more than anything is freaking Denzel Washington on this press tour. I don't know what it is about our Black men when they get older. They are spilling all the tea. And I
feel like that's people in general when they get older.
I'm just reminded of the great Quincy Jones because we just talked about him. But, you know, Denzel is out here both spilling tea and giving wisdom. And I am loving every minute of it. Specifically, he said that he held resentment for Kevin Spacey for years. I am looking at, it's called The Wrap. It's part of the Esquire magazine. Denzel said that he was bitter over losing Best Actor to Kevin Spacey. He said for about 15 years, from 1999 to 2014, when I put the beverage down, I was bitter. And I thought that was an interesting way of phrasing it. But this is when he was up for Hurricane. And I don't know if y'all know this, but that was a really, really, really good movie. And Denzel did his thing. He also said that there was a same-sex kiss in Gladiator that Ridley Scott was like, no, that didn't happen. Saying it didn't make the final cut. And then he also said that he has been sober for 10 years. He said, this is from Variety, he used to drink 2 bottles of wine a day, and he's done damage to his body. Ashley, anything stuck out for you on this press tour?
I mean, that whole same-sex kiss got a whole lot of press and play, but when he said it was really just like a kiss of death, I was like, oh, okay, like let's.
He said it was a peck, not a kiss.
Yeah, it was like the kiss of death. Like it was someone he was about to murder, just like on the Godfather.
Right.
But otherwise, I mean, I feel like Denzel has been in this era for a while of being like kind of getting into that age of, again, he enjoys his roles. He enjoys the interview. So he just kind of, lets loose a little bit more, is relaxed. Seems like he's, just in an era and phase of life where he's like, yo, I ain't got nothing else to really lose. I may be retiring in the next few years. In case y'all didn't know, Ryan's making a role for me in Black Panther 3.
Spilling all the Marvel tea.
Yeah. Like people was like, no one talks about Marvel, but they gonna let Denzel talk about Marvel. He's still gonna be in that role.
See, even after that interview, when he revealed that our dude is writing for him, in another interview, he was like, oh, there's this project I can't speak about yet. Like somebody gave him the phone call.
Yeah, he's still gonna be in that film. It doesn't matter.
Absolutely still gonna be in that movie. And I cannot wait. I wish he was in it with freaking Angela Bassett. That would have been something. Maybe the budget couldn't handle that. That was so unnecessary. We recapped that, y'all. And one of the things I said, I know that death has been used as a way to move the narrative forward, a vehicle to move the narrative. I just felt like her death was so unnecessary.
We were grieving in real time, Chadwick Boseman. We did not need to lose Angela in the film. It was entirely too much grief. So, but yeah, I mean, Denzel is Denzel. He's a legend. He said he has not had to audition in 40 years. That tracks. But yeah, he's living his best life with Pauletta by his side.
Yes. And shout out to his family. They're out here promoting the piano lesson that's going to be coming out on Netflix. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I know you said, are we looking forward to?
No, I said, is it going to be good? John David's role choices have been duds outside of Ballers. That's how I really do feel that way. I know you said the Black Klansman. I'll give you that one, but girl, he has a lot of duds in his arsenal. So I hope it's good. I want him to do well. That's baby Denzel. He even sounds like Denzel.
He sure does.
I want him to do well.
Denzel's other son is directing it. So it's a family project for sure. What about anything else? I've been loving the Hollywood Reporter cover with our dude from Normal People, who's the lead. What is this man's name? Where is it?
Paul? I feel like all I see is Denzel and Pedro, so I don't even be remembering that dude is the lead.
Same, exactly. And
maybe Pedro, it's just on my timeline.
That's my timeline too. Real talk. But yeah, it's happening. Same weekend as the critically acclaimed Broadway musical Wicked, starring Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. So their press tour has been for something else because, her and Ariana, they're like crying every other interview because I guess they're emotional and they love each other and they're just so talented. I don't know. One thing though was trash. I'm looking at the root. Black Twitter is upset over British press erasing Wicked's Black star Cynthia Erivo from its headlines. Girl, so they're literally going around the world premiering this movie, and all of the British press had Ariana Grande by herself in pictures on the front page when this movie is clearly about, what's her name? Elphaba. And to me, it screams, obviously, racist.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not even hyperbole, because Cynthia is a Brit. Ariana Grande is American. No, right. Is she a global pop star? Yes. But if this was not the time to shout out your own, I don't know when will it ever be?
This is why when people are asking if Black people are going to escape to the UK because of Trump, people are like, you want me to go to the original racism with a Z? That's where you want me to go?
Meghan Markle has tried to tell us, Prince Harry have been trying to tell us, but guess what? They have been gaslighting them this whole time, them in that palace. But anyway, and then, they're doing the rounds, but this is the one that I cannot believe. Oh, so freaking, I'm looking at Entertainment Weekly. Dax Shepard on his Armchair Expert podcast asked her, how does she wipe her butt because of her nails? And I was just like, he's like, I know this is a crazy question. And she's like, no, I get asked this all the time. I was like, people, what?
I gotta be honest, I've thought it when I've seen women with super long nails. I've thought it, but it's not just wiping your butt. It's like navigating it in general. Because as somebody who will do nails, like my nails are fairly long right now, navigating nails is a challenge. But I guess once you have them at a certain length for so long, you get used to it. But like buttons, must be terrible. Opening jars.
Are long,
my God.
And I tried to do a Lego set with my daughter, and it would not let me be great. Like, yeah. I'm like the nimble.
They are constricting.
I don't know. I feel weird with a man. Is it
because he's a white man or just a man?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. You just took the words right out of my mouth, because I just feel like, where are you coming from with this question? Because there's always this stereotype, with nails. Long nails was ghetto until everybody started getting them, like the last 3 years.
Well, even Marc Jacobs wearing his long nails, but he credits Black women.
I mean, that's why I appreciate him, because he literally takes the time to be like, shout out to all the girlies who came before me that made this thing a thing. So, I actually work in a place where this one guy's like, I hate long nails. They just keep me blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, okay. Why do you hate them? Like, who usually wears them? Okay. Anyway. Anything notable from the Wicked press tour for you, Ashley?
I had said before that I felt like I wasn't really seeing a lot in terms of like promotion, and now it has flooded. It's been a flood over the last week or so. So, I'm just glad that, it seems like the marketing has done its thing, at least on my timeline. And I'm excited to see it. We're going this weekend. I'm excited to see it.
Yes, we are.
I feel like the hype is going to be worth it, just like I did with Barbie. So
yeah. Yep. Shout out to Wicked, but Barbie's promotion is something that should be studied for years to come. Like, the fact that they legit had a Malibu Barbie house, literally, like in Malibu.
It was also the ensembles. The ensembles.
Yes.
Every carpet was impeccable. The ensembles, darling.
So
I know it's ensembles, people. I know. Just being silly.
I'm like, it's okay. Take a chill pill. We'll be okay. That's all I got, Ashley.
All righty.
What are we recapping next week?
It is time for Beyonce's favorite film of the year. We've talked about this. Delora shed a few tears.
A few.
I had to watch twice, I guess, for my cold, dead heart. No, it was delightful. And I think it has impacted adults even more so than children. That is Inside Out 2, guys. Currently available to stream on Disney Plus. We are going to talk about it for a little bit, get into our feelings, I guess, and come back and enjoy. So thank you so much for listening to another Headlines and Hot Topics episode. We so appreciate it. Share this episode out with everybody you know. Please leave comments on Spotify. Spotify now has comment section.
Yay!
Would love to hear from you. Otherwise, social media, YouTube, we're still on all the things. We appreciate it. Come back to us for this recap of Inside Out 2. But in the meantime, as always, be blessed.
Bye.